Okay, so welcome back to the Carolina Cabinet this evening. I'm your host, Peter Pappas, here with Mrs. Laura Musler.
Hello, hello.
And we have more of a national news kind of show this evening.
Well, first, what did you do all week?
What did I do all week?
It's New Year's, and what are we celebrating? What do we change? What are we looking forward to?
I am never a new year, new me kind of person.
Don't say never.
No.
Okay.
You get the same version of me that you had last year. The
no code switching.
No code switching, the jolly gray-haired guy that you see in front of you.
Sound like Santa Claus.
I may try to improve a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm not going to lay out like, I have to do X, Y, Z by a certain date. Now, I did spend a majority of last week working on my strategy for this year and 27. So
do you do that every year?
This is the first year I've taken it to this level.
So this is a new you.
This is a new version.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna submit. Basically, it used to be like, okay, what do I want to do with the restaurant, or what do I want to do with real estate? But now it's,
what are you going to do?
How do I do
the whole picture?
How are we going to do that? And with the people around me and stuff like that, now that I have your help here and other help in other businesses, like, well, let's see how we can do this and really move it forward. So I'm excited. Anxious as hell. I lost 2 nights sleep. Like, I couldn't sleep till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning because I was excited but anxious. So it's going to be a good year. I'm really excited about it.
Well, I am so thankful that you recognize that I am a benefit to you.
Yes.
Good. And we know that Jim's a benefit, so that's nice.
Jim's a big help. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Come closer. Put your headphones on. Yeah. So
we don't have to have a camera because he's brown.
Jim's off camera, but he's here and he's helping us stay technically proficient, I guess. So, Laura, since you're not a detriment to me anymore,
okay.
Thank you. What were you up to last week?
So every new year, I look to something that I can improve. This has been forever, but recently I'm working on my communication skills.
Okay, use your words.
Right?
Okay.
So part of that is asking people, what are you looking forward to? What do you change? What do you want to improve? So my goal is to improve my communication and actually be cognizant of what it is I'm moving forward with. And part of that is being kind of more alert and on top of things. And part of that, I discovered shortcuts and automations on my Apple phone.
Oh, on your trusty Apple phone.
Oh my God, I love this. I get a wake up morning text. Every morning it tells me what the weather's like, how to dress, whose birthday it is, what appointments I have all day long.
So basically your phone is now your daddy.
It's my assistant.
Okay.
I have a daddy and he lives in California and I don't need another one.
So all the triggers and stuff. So what is it called?
It is called my morning wake up AI assistant.
Okay.
And so when I have an alarm that I turn on every morning at 8:30, whether I'm up or not, it doesn't matter, but it goes off and it sends me a text message and it says, "Good morning, Laura." It says the weather today is, what did it say this morning? Hold on, let me look at it so I get it correct. Okay, it says, "Good morning, Laura. Today's January 5th. What the weather is, it says dress warmly this morning with a jacket or sweater, but it'll be cool all day, but comfortable by the afternoon. Melissa DeRuby's birthday, Billy Scott's birthday, and here's your calendar." And it gives me all my appointments
daily
for
briefing,
the day.
and it's going to be cold out. Take a jacket. I like that. And that's just on iPhones?
Yes, it's shortcuts, and then you do an automation so that it does it automatically. You don't have to go press a button or anything. I went down the rabbit hole because I actually set up an automation so that I can only spend 15 minutes a day on
social
media, Facebook, whatever.
How? Because there's so much more to see and do.
Well, I can reset it and spend another 15 minutes, but the goal is to just check in with people, see what's going on, and then check out and go do
Bambi
life.
says you wake up late in the morning. We also like naps too, baby.
I do like naps, but I'm up before 8:30 usually, but that's what my alarm goes off. So that if I am sleeping in, if I do decide to sleep in 8:30, it's time to get up.
8:30 is the
cut off, right?
Okay.
Yes, but
Okay.
So, but I love it. It's a great idea.
So little housekeeping for New Year's, little automating, and one less thing you got to look at.
Yes, I'm learning about all this AI stuff. It's overwhelming.
I admittedly, 27 years being home running the businesses, one thing I was so hell-bent on was automating. And now what I've realized in my elder age is that there's so much automation sometimes that you just ignore it. Like I've set up similar things in the past, but I would have too many of them and it was I would just disregard them. So,
maybe I will disregard it in time.
Too many. It's kind of like you it's too much coming at you. but to be helpful. But
it's your day schedule.
Yeah.
How to dress.
Yeah. I might try that. Of course, Android users have a little more complicated path to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
But I've got all kinds of tricks and tools and stuff like that too.
Yeah, so. I literally went down the rabbit hole on YouTube and started watching. I need an automation for that. I need an automation for that. It did get a little carried away, but I was like, this one I can stick with.
I think once you're delegating, and once you find out how to delegate, then it becomes easier to find, well, what else can I cut out of my life? Let's do some spring cleaning of my daily responsibilities and automate.
Because usually I have to go to the weather app and look to see what it's like and be like, oh, well, it's going to be warm. I don't even have to think about that anymore. Check my schedule. Whose birthday? Do I have to send birthday text? Do I even know these people if it's their birthday today? I don't even know who this is.
Well, Jim will be happy. Part of my 26 strategy is, I don't know how many tasks you have for me that require you downloading a CSV and uploading a CSV or whatever, but I spent some time learning how to automate that. So we will use a webhook and it will pull it from the email and upload it where it belongs. And all we have to do is enjoy the results. That's cool. So I am working on even lightening your load too. Not replacing you, just lightening the load so I can make you do other things. So that's what we did the last week.
I got the chat in now also. Holy smokeroonies.
Oh,
yes, I don't.
All right.
Whoa.
Now you froze for me, but all right. Well, so we had a few topics. How you want to jump into? I don't want to do Venezuela first.
Why not?
Because I want to talk about Senator Mark Kelly.
Okay.
Mr. Blast Off over here. So
blast
you've
off.
Got. All right. So you've got a sitting U.S. senator, retired military officer. Back in 25, he publicly urged service members to resist orders he deemed unlawful. And now the Pentagon is reviewing whether he crossed a line into undermining civilian control of the military. The same political camp chanting, no kings, no kings. Now they appear willing to excuse insubordination rhetoric, when it suits their politics.
But what he said was, I was against the video when they did it, but they didn't say to disregard lawful orders. They said unlawful order. They were not very
disobey
specific.
Unlawful orders. Right,
which is true. In the military, you can disobey an unlawful order. They were not saying anything that wasn't true. Of all
the service members that I think we should trust with what they say, let's look at who he is. He's a U.S. senator from Arizona. He's Gabby Gifford's husband, isn't he? Mark Kelly.
I think so.
Because he has a twin. They were both in NASA. They were both astronauts. They actually did a study. They were aloft for like a year to compare they were some big science experiment to see, well, does space affect everybody differently? And is there a difference in the twin? So there was a twin dynamic. But anyway, former U.S. Navy captain, former astronaut, long career.
Right.
So he's not an activist. He's a senator. So I kind of am glad they're addressing it. As far as, is that insubordination? Because even just being a U.S. senator does not.
Nobody's getting a pension.
He's getting a pension, and that's what they're going to examine if he should continue to receive. So the DOD, or the War Department, has reportedly issued a formal censure related to the video. They've initiated a retirement grade review, which is the post that initiated me even bringing this up today. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth basically says, in response to Senator Mark Kelly's seditious statements and his pattern of reckless misconduct, the Department of War is taking administrative action against Captain Mark E. Kelly. The department has initiated retirement grade determination proceedings with reduction in his retired grade, resulting in a corresponding reduction in retired pay.
Ouch.
It just doesn't sound good. He's not charged with sedition, but his conduct is just being examined whether it crossed the line or not, is what I'm taking out of it. But what's your take on it?
I think that it was not right to make those videos. I think those videos were wrong, but they did not say anything that wasn't true. Just like when President Trump responded, he did not say anything that wasn't true also.
His response to Mark Kelly.
Yes, his video, he said something about that if you could, I don't remember exactly what it was, but something about if you talk about seditious behavior or whatever like that is punishable by death. Each one of them said a fact. Neither one of them called for somebody to do something illegal. Both of them were not in the best interest of America.
They're saying that as a senator, he has broad speech protection. So there is a lot he can get away with, but that doesn't protect you
But
from
but
being reviewed.
Okay, but what did he say that was wrong? On the converse of that, what did Trump say? That, of course, everybody was up in arms about what President Trump responded with, but he didn't say anything. It is okay for a military person to disobey an unlawful order. Is that true or false?
I guess the question is who gets to determine if the order is unlawful? A soldier on the battlefield is not able to refuse an order.
It seemed not very very genuine. It was seditious in
Yes.
my opinion. It was planting a seed of doubt or planting a seed that is not what we want to do for our military, in my opinion. But who am I?
Well, I think the undertone was seditious.
Correct. I agree.
I think with all the vitriol surrounding President Trump and his administration, I think he's kind of like, hey, I'm a military guy, and wink, wink, you should disobey an unlawful order. Well,
right.
You don't get to determine. I mean, you should, as an officer, be able to tell what an unlawful order is.
Right.
But private first class doesn't get that opportunity, unfortunately.
Right.
So
it was a definitely wink, wink thing, in my opinion.
So I guess what hits home for me is, we have such a big military population here in Fort Bragg. And are we going to have the army of one just turn around and disobey everything that President Trump? I mean, look, and we're going to get into Venezuela here in a minute, but what if Delta said, no, I don't want to go do the police action? Could they have refused?
Well, it would be like if there was some kind of, fire on an unarmed crowd. I would want the private to say, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Just me. I mean, especially because I'm probably going to be one of the protesters in the crowd.
You're going to protest?
No, I'm just joking.
I was going to say, I don't think so. You'll be there with Laura on the loose.
Right, going, and I might get fired on. Exactly. So, yeah, I would want somebody to not do that. But I don't know.
Well, and Bambi, you make a good point. The video was, and that's my take on it as well. It was code switching. That's a good word.
Yeah.
It was insinuating that the military was currently receiving unlawful orders.
Right.
So
that's why I say
it's implying you don't have to follow unlawful orders, but that's the only kind you're getting. Is pretty much what.
That's why I say it was a little bit insidious, or yes, 100%.
Well,
but again, he didn't say anything that wasn't true. But it was implied.
It wasn't true.
The
but
same thing.
Also, I think they knew what they were doing. It was a political
100%.
move to say "F you" to the president, and anything Orange Man does is bad.
Always.
And anything we do, even though one week we chant for no kings, but then we topple a dictator, and now we're not allowed to do that.
Right.
We can't get our moral compass correct.
Some of us have our moral compasses right, but if it's inconvenient for their political party, then their moral compass goes way out of whack.
Okay.
So no dictators unless President Trump is overthrowing them. Then the dictators
then it's okay. Yeah, then it's A-okay. So look, end of the day, Mark Kelly, he's not some freshman activist. He's a retired Navy captain. He knows exactly how sensitive it is to speak directly to troops.
And that's why this review matters. It's not about silencing speech. It's about preserving order.
Yeah, but the same people chanting "No Kings," this is what I love. Again, suddenly seem comfortable with politicians telling soldiers when to disobey.
Yep, and that's a dangerous double standard.
So look, you either believe in civilian control and discipline or you don't. And you don't defend democracy by blurring the chain of command. That's just wrong.
I agree.
So
the best hot chocolate ever, Jim.
I'm gonna be increasingly jealous over that hot chocolate. But
this is hot chocolate for me only. Don't make him any because
I'm sweet enough. I don't need no hot chocolate, man. I'm good.
If you say so.
Some hot chocolate. Okay, so for our next bit,
we're doing bits now.
Show at 11. Try the veal. I want to play a short clip that I found. I just have to. This will take us right into our next segment here.
Okay.
So Donald Trump in the middle of the night can raid an entire country just to get the person he wants in less than an hour, but the guy you're seeing is too busy to text you back? If he wanted to, he would, ladies. Raise your standards, don't settle.
I'm not really sure how that's relevant, but okay.
I just thought it was funny because...
Are you sending somebody a message that you're not texting them back, and are you sending them a message?
I plead the fifth on that.
Okay.
So we had the Venezuela issue the other day. We went and got us a dictator.
We did.
Is the easiest way.
Maybe
to
when
put
they
it.
were protesting no kings, they meant don't take down any kings.
Right. Look, the left, man, they stage these no kings rallies, and it's like, no kings unless it's Donald Trump, then we'll take him out.
Yep.
You know,
They're not mad at the dictator. They're mad at Trump.
and they're actually their messaging is so warped. It's kind of like their messaging about women. You know, they're so woke, they're so on edge, on the cutting edge of everything, that they have now allowed men and women's bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
They've come full circle. They're eating their own. The same thing with this no kings thing. Oh, no kings, no kings. But now they're in a position where they're pretty much defending Maduro.
Right.
Like, we didn't have the right to go get him. We didn't have the right, and all this. Again, Trump derangement syndrome.
Mm-hmm. But that's why I say maybe this protest no kings was meaning that we don't want Trump to go get all the kings or the dictators or something like that. Maybe we misunderstood their protest.
Let's talk about the great Maduro here. Millions fled his country.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 25 years, millions have left Venezuela. Protesters against the government have been jailed, beaten, silenced. But when finally we got the guy, Venezuelans are celebrating in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
They're even celebrating in the little, I don't know whether even, I was going to say little Havanas, but whatever, like
Florida
equivalent little
yes,
communities.
right.
They're celebrating.
Right.
And then you got American progressives issuing, all of a sudden, they're legal scholars on Facebook. Everybody got their Facebook JD over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, that he can't do that. And unfortunately, what did we find?
He can.
He absolutely can.
Certainly. And if he can't, then we have a lot of issues from the past.
So I want this quote: the people closest to the suffering understand the victory.
Mm-hmm.
The people farthest from it file the complaints.
That's right.
So
and it goes back to the old thing. Those of us that are black and brown, we don't know how to speak up for ourselves. So good thing we have these white women and these white men telling us that we need to be upset. What? Huh?
Yeah, what? Well, I've always said the most dangerous person for the people of color, the most dangerous person for the communities of people of color is a white liberal female with time on her hands.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I actually got into an argument on Facebook about that. A white man telling me that I'm like, I have friends who are Venezuelan in Florida, and they like sent me pictures. I mean, real live pictures. No, it was not AI generated. Mm-hmm. They were very, very happy. And some of them are talking about going home to Venezuela.
Yeah.
Not until this woman that they've put into position. They said she is the exact same as Maduro.
Well, she's of the regime. So there is an legally elected president.
Right.
He's in exile.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we get the garbage out, we can put in the right duly elected
we're not
people.
We're not putting them in, helping them get to where they're supposed to be. We're not putting them in. They were elected.
I thought we were just going to take the country and call it Trumpezuela. we're just gonna have a protectorate like Puerto Rico or something.
Yeah,
so
that was good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, Trumpezuela. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
just like Trumpland instead of Greenland.
Trumpland. Yeah. I like it. So we're gonna set the table for them to have elections and stuff like that.
That's correct.
I got into an argument with somebody over nation building and how likely it is that they will rebound. They're like, well, look at Afghanistan. I said, look, Afghanistan had an average IQ of much lower than the average IQ of Venezuela. I'm by a factor of like 20 points or so. And I had to prove this to young lady. First, it was just a quick AI thing. And then, of course, AI says it must be. And then I went and got the actual facts from like the Biden White House documents.
Oh, now you believe.
Yeah.
If it came from Biden,
that's
believe it.
That's what I'm just saying, because she's super anti, everything's got to be colored with, I hate Trump. Okay, well, let's look at the facts.
And, 20 years ago, Venezuela was one of the most prosperous countries in the world because they have so many natural resources. And then these people come in and now they have nothing.
Those resources are not relegated to oil.
Right.
There's minerals, there's metals that can be extracted from Venezuela. And what I've seen is those are the same minerals that we need in the 21st century. So I'm thinking lithium mines, stuff for electronics. So then I saw a comment, well, Putin's really mad and Xi Jinping is upset. Like, yeah, probably because Maduro's not in power anymore to hand them.
That's right.
Under the warm umbrella of socialism.
Right. That
idiot Mamdani, the warm embrace of collectivism is what he called it.
Yeah.
Against the cold.
So either Trump is in Russia's pockets and
colluding with Russia.
Right.
Yeah.
Or now he did something to make them mad and he's which is it?
Yeah, no,
they just flip flop. It depends on what day of the week it is.
I mean, if he took away the golden goose from Russia and China, then how's he going to get a kickback? See, it's just everything he does is contrary to the narrative. You know, and I still reserve the right to think that Donald Trump is not an idiot, and when he does something over here, there's the 5 things over here he's got working on. So somebody said, "Oh,
he can walk and chew gum at the same time?"
That's right. He went in with the pretext of attacking the drug boats, and yes, he did. And what they were doing was collecting intelligence.
Right.
They built a place out here off of Fort Bragg, resembling Maduro's compound, for Delta to practice like 6 months ago.
Right.
They positioned, and when the time was right, we pounced.
Was it in Fort Bragg? I thought it was somewhere in Minnesota. Or not
no,
Minnesota,
it was Fort Bragg, but it was one of the little towns. They said one of the little towns on the west side of the base over there. And there was Ted. You remember Ted Malcolmov?
Yep.
Okay, so he commented on Facebook, "I knew like 6 months ago." And I said, well, I knew something was up when I went to get a haircut last week, and in the barbershop there was like 2 guys talking about, "What are you doing for the holidays?" And he's like, we're on a 2-hour recall, so can't really. And I was like, yeah, something
you
somewhere. Grow up here long enough and you're like, yeah, that's code for we're about to go invade somebody. I don't want to say it out of context, but there's a George Carlin skit that I need to introduce Jim to. It has to do with brown people.
Okay.
Yeah. And invading countries. Anyway,
we didn't really invade. I mean, we didn't lose a single life that wasn't.
Yeah.
You know,
we didn't lose an American life.
Right. That's exactly.
We lost a few Cubans. So, yes, apparently the presidential guard for the Venezuelan president, they're all trained from Cuba. Cubanos.
Were they Cubanos or were they just?
That's what is being
reported.
Being
oh well, if the media says it must be true.
Absolutely. So, what gives us the right? Besides just having big old hairy, you know what? You ever heard of the Monroe Doctrine?
I have. Okay. It was me that brought it up, wasn't it?
It was. This is like magic time for the air. Okay. So I'm just trying to, yes, Laura is the smarter of the two. Okay. Yes.
But no. I didn't know exactly what it was. I didn't know that it wasn't a law or something like that.
Okay. You admit maybe I filled in some gaps.
I admit that ChatGPT did.
Well, that and me. So, I have a good education under my belt. I don't need chat for everything. So the Monroe Doctrine is a philosophy. It is not a law.
Right.
But it basically says that the United States foreign policy will be guided by the Monroe Doctrine in the Western Hemisphere, prevents hostile regimes and criminal states from destabilizing the entire region.
Right.
It's not about an empire for the United States. It's about security and law and order.
Right.
We can't have a narco state.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw Donald Trump being interviewed on Air Force One. The press, in their infantilism, is asking, "Oh, are you going to do the same thing to Colombia?" And he says, "Well, we'll look into it." Like we're going to send them an invitation. Like, yeah, we're going to be there on January 31st.
Right.
The press just never gets up. They're all about handing off secrets.
Right. They do that a lot. If they find out something, they want to be the first to break the stories, regardless of whether
who it hurts.
Right.
They don't care.
But there's no more sitting on our hands waiting for something to happen to us. We're being proactive, which is what a good, strong country does, being proactive. The Chinese and the Russians were in Venezuela getting their oil and doing all kinds of crazy things. Who knows what they were doing?
And thinking about it, you've got that whole region. And how easy it was to depose Maduro, get him in custody. He's already been indicted in New York and everything anyway. So he had open warrants for drug trafficking and all. So we go in, we get him. We already have a duly elected president over here in the wings. So it's really, I want to think it's like one of the easiest, most sensible things to do to stabilize that entire region.
Agreed.
Because you get 2 people out, husband and wife, and all of a sudden, there's a government.
Well, they need to tell this new. He's out or she's out. A couple of car bombs
later, we'll take care of it. Yeah.
Well, give her the opportunity to.
These guys know how to fight. I mean, they're I got faith in them. So, what about what do you got to tell me about the war powers?
Okay, so everybody's talking about they didn't get permission from Congress and Congress declares war. Congress hasn't declared war since 1942, 41, something like that. So Congress isn't going to declare war. So you know what I did? Major military actions. I'm sure only Trump has done some. Well, not so much. Bill Clinton, Iraq, Operation Desert Fox, Sudan, Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Serbia, Somalia, George Bush, Afghanistan, Iraq War, Pakistan, Yemen, global war on terror, Barack Obama. He did drone warfare in Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia, Libya, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen. Joe Biden, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, the Red Sea, Somalia, Ukraine, Israel, Gaza conflict. So every single modern U.S. president has ordered airstrikes.
Panama, just cause back in Bush 1.
Okay. I didn't go that far back. I just wanted to I wanted to do primarily the Democrats because it's the Democrats that are up in arms right now.
But again,
but I did include Bush. It's Bush 2.
Bush 2. But the War Powers Act lets the president get in there. What is it? 48 hours. So basically, you can go grab Maduro, and in 2 days you can say, "Hey, Congress, come on over. Let me brief you on everything that's been going on."
And Congress has 60 days to act. They can say, cut it out. They have 60 days to say, okay, you have to stop. That's it.
Is it 60 days for them to act, or 60 days tops that the president can keep pounding away?
You know what? Let's chat GPT that. It says that they have to act in order to make, declare war or something like that. 60 days. Yep. Let's see.
Well, a lot of people on the left, they hate Trump.
No, president can act for 60 days without approval.
Right.
Okay. Then, and Congress has to actively stop it. If they don't actively stop it, then he can go on wherever.
So basically, he can start it. He can go in 48 hours and give them a spoonful of medicine that tastes really bad, whether they like it or not. And he's got another 58 days to continue before. How would they stop it? I guess maybe
they have to meet
funding.
They have to meet and vote and say, yeah, you have to stop.
Okay. All right.
The Congress must actively stop it.
Well, good luck getting that in the Republican majority.
Yes. And silence becomes consented.
Well, they hate Trump more than they hate tyrants.
That's the truth.
You talk about patriotism with some of these people. It's like, it's okay to put your country first. It's all right.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
I was driving here and I saw that CBS News put out a statement saying that we are going to actively start being more America first.
What? Well, I thought they were already Americans.
Aren't they the American news, the Columbia Broadcast System? Aren't they supposed to be news for America? It's what kind of media do we have that has to actively say that we're going to start being more pro-America? Shouldn't we be pro-America in the first place? Just a thought.
I think it's pretty telling if they have to consciously. It's like somebody telling me they're a Christian. If you have to tell me, then you're not acting like it.
That's true.
So, that's a pretty good analogy right there. They have to say they're pro-America. Wow. So I did see. So that was CBS.
CBS.
Okay. NBC is trying a new campaign.
MS Now.
Is it MS Now? No, it was NBC.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. That was MSN's network you're talking about. Or
NBC used to be MSNBC, the news channel, turned to MS Now to be more fair and balanced, they said.
Well, this was just straight up NBC news. They're running an ad campaign about we need to quiet. We need to not be yelling and having the conversation. We need to have the conversation. And now all of a sudden, it's okay not to be vitriolic. It's okay to have the conversation because they realize they're losing so damn often.
That's right.
They don't have solid ground to stand on.
Well, what's happened is people have tuned out of the mainstream media and are starting to get their information elsewhere. So they're like, holy smokes, we need to at least advertise that we're going to be somewhat fair.
Let's try to recover some active people that have left. I mean, I told you I ran into someone from Hope Mills probably before Christmas, and he says, I watch your show all the time. I get my news from there. And I was like, uh-oh. So, I mean, we try to be fair. I mean, we've even, I give the example. I have played
devil's advocate before.
You really do, man. It gives me a headache. But
thank you.
You puzzle me with your emotional intelligence sometimes. But, we try to be fair, like to the point where I give the example of GOP talking points that we receive the emails. We don't just digest and regurgitate those. We dug into it. And did Donald Trump make our Thanksgiving dinner cheaper?
Nope.
That was the consensus. No. But the talking points said, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I wish it was true.
Me too. Gas is cheaper.
Gas is cheaper.
Way
Yeah.
cheaper.
We'll wait until we get that Venezuelan oil flowing, baby.
And you know what? Well, actually, it's more expensive to refine that because Venezuela's oil is actually dirtier than our own, and it's more expensive to clean it. So.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be a United States job. That's going to be BP or Exxon.
Yeah. Well.
So, and that's one thing, people are like, it's about oil. Okay. Tell me a war that hasn't been at some shape or form about oil. At the end of the day, it's not about oil. We went in to take out a dictator that's sending poison to the United States,
right,
and thought he could be really
and didn't
cute.
he get on there and be like, come on, Trump,
I'm waiting right here.
That's right.
Yeah. So Trump's like,
I posted that to my Facebook.
Got you.
Yeah,
I got you. So, Trump pulled up, like the kids say, pull up. Yeah, yep. We will. But what it does, maybe we depose this dictator, then you set the conditions for Exxon, BP, Chevron, whoever the hell. They're not going to go invest in a country that's the communists want to seize the means of production.
Right.
Why should they? And who's going to benefit but the Venezuelan people?
Right. Instead
of Maduro handing it to Xi Jinping and Putin.
Who's Xi Jinping?
I don't know. The Chinese guy. All right. Who is the Chinese president? Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. I'm so sorry, Jinping. I'm sorry. Quick story. I had a friend, my buddy's wife, before this was his wife. She was in law school. She did a study abroad in China. And she said how serious the Chinese students were, to the point where they saw a stray cat. And she says, hey, there's a cat. Why don't let's adopt him. We can name him Chairman Meow. And everybody was like, oh, no. Like, you can't joke about that kind of crap over there. But
you'll be put to death.
Chairman Meow. I like it.
There was something about somebody in the Olympics or something in China or somewhere where they actually went on one of the floors that they weren't supposed to be. And they just got off the elevator, realized they were on the wrong floor and went back up to where they were supposed to be. They were arrested. Yeah. That was years ago. So you don't mess around in China.
Well, but that's also very scary for Americans because we get away with murder a lot of times. It just seems like
ask OJ.
That was the guiltiest non-guilty man ever. If the glove don't fit, you don't need to acquit. Okay, so up or down? Are we happy with Maduro being deposed? I mean, am I upset at this? Should I be?
No.
Do I need to? There was a protest here. I think it got like 5 people.
Is that a protest?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, so today's work session, Fayetteville City Council. Before the show, I took a phone call and I had texted one of the council people and I said, man, you guys are starting the year off with a bang. There was an article in Fayetteville Observer. They're going to be talking about the protesting ordinance in the city of Fayetteville. We've had a lot of trouble downtown with the, I think it's Black Israelites or something. Have you seen those guys?
They yell obscenities.
They just yell at people.
They yell obscenities at women, actually.
Yes, they do. They're very
vitriolic.
They're not a fan of the white man.
Or women.
Yeah. Which I don't know why you're hostile to women. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. But
you need both.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Right.
But anyway, so one of the things was they want people. Right now, the ordinance says 10 or more people. You have to get a permit to protest. The proposal was to drop it to 1 person.
Define protest.
I'm not the legal expert here.
Okay.
But I just know what they're proposing. And my suggestion was, look, at least 4 or 5 people to make I mean,
one person
down there is just an idiot with a sign. 2 people, I told them, I said, think about the Jehovah's Witness. They normally have 3 or 4 people there.
Right.
So is that going to apply to them? So I'd like to see it 5 or 6 people is a protest and you need to get a permit for. I think that's fair. I think 1, 2, 3 is just not, that's not a protest. That's just airing a grievance.
That's true.
Yeah. Did you celebrate Festivus, by the way? Airing of grievances?
I did not.
Yeah,
I don't have any grievances. I love everyone.
Yeah, I got plenty of problems with you people, but we need to have a Festivus episode this year. We definitely do. I love me some George Costanza. So
okay,
I get accused of acting like him sometimes. So
no, you have to let things go. If you hang on to it, it's no good.
Genetically, it's impossible. That's the problem.
But if you take it and
I'm trained and bred
at night. You give it to God and he'll handle it or he won't. And then you just let it go. It's in his hands.
Yeah. Did you ever see A Bronx Tale?
I think so, but it's like years and years
ago. The little
ago.
kid goes into the confessional and
some of these men, you guys remember movies like you can recite lines and stuff.
Movies.
I'm like,
so the little guy goes into the confessional, and the priest says, "Oh, that's very bad. You need to come clean and tell the police." And the kid says, "Look, Father, your guy's bigger than my guy up there, but this guy's bigger than your guy down here." So,
Okay.
he's like, "I'm not ratting on this guy." So, but yeah, men do remember the movies and all. So, Jim, what's your proposal for a segment? You had an idea.
So yeah, I'm thinking that we should have random videos from the internet and have something to react about.
Okay.
So I'll be sharing videos from next week.
Do I get to preview the video, or are you just going to throw it on us?
I'm just going to throw that on you both.
So it's just going to happen to us.
So that you don't know what's going to happen.
So this is like those videos where you see on TV where people are watching something and they're like,
something like that.
That's what he wants. Yeah.
So you don't even know if it's inappropriate, if it's dark, if it's good, if it's happy kind of video, if it's a kitten video, you won't know. It's just something that I'm going to throw it on.
I don't want to see any beheading videos or anything like that. Okay?
That's kind of.
I know you got to put those down. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We have to have some parameters here.
Definitely.
I think a long time ago, I for some reason sought that out, and I'll never do that again.
No, you did not.
I mean, I was young,
I'm
42.
On Facebook, I'm a member of 1,000 Ways to Die and stuff like that. And I watch these videos. I'm like, oh, ouch. I can almost feel, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't,
you kind of feel addictive towards it. Like, I know you watch it, you feel bad, and then you're like, okay, what happened next? Did somebody do anything, help, or did he just
at the end of the video? Did anybody pick that guy's head up off the... Yeah. So
I've never seen
new segment. We're gonna have to come up with a catchy name. Jim does it to you. I don't know. Blame Jim.
Blame Jim.
I think we need some intro music.
Definitely.
We got to do. Yeah, we got to come up with something, and we need to do another Laura on the Loose. Anybody got any ideas for like another event coming up? Maybe we can do Laura on the Loose. Something not so serious like the water thing. Yeah. The interbasin transfer DEQ forum was not the place to do Laura on the Loose.
Christmas time, and it's still Christmas. People
were pissed off.
So serious about this. There are other things in the world too. Life does go on.
And thinking about it, I think when you're walking into something like that, you're trying to put your game face on, like you're trying to get in the mode of we need to fight this. So I think.
Do you really need to fight it? I mean, because I think you already won. They had already. Hope so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, look, 6.17 million gallons a day is not a little bit of water.
I agree. So, I think we already won.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope to have your confidence one day, but we got to keep pounding. So
that's right.
Let's see. Next week, let's see what we got.
We have Goose on Tuesday.
So Wednesday.
Coming
up Wednesday, we have candidate for Senate. North Carolina Senate District 10, Caitlin Marsh. She goes by Goose, a very affectionate name given to her by her grandfather. So we call her Goose, but she's coming on. And we're reaching out to her opponent, who is the incumbent, to try to get him to come on as well.
What's his name?
Bennett.
Bennett, that's it.
Bennett's
in it to win it.
We haven't even touched the candidate list, and we really, I think somebody did put it in a spreadsheet for us to make it easier, but we have to start calling people.
Somebody is Heather.
Can I say the pistol packing mama?
You can say that. Okay. Yeah, let's give her a little credit.
That's fine. Okay.
She's working hard behind the scenes too.
Well, you told her that she worked what and she'd only worked 12 hours or something.
That was a joke.
I know, but it's like.
Well, she gets off at 4 and she wasn't getting off till 6 o'clock. I'm like,
oh wow, 2 extra hours, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, killing it. So, all right. Well, anything for the good of the audience? Anything we should talk about before we get up on out of here?
Did we just have the another gun show this past weekend or something?
We did.
There
was a gun show. Yeah.
Okay, that would have been a good place to go for Laura on the Loose. We need to start.
Actually, I don't think they let you film in there.
We can film on the outside.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, you can't. I think they have signs up saying no video inside though.
I don't remember. I've been there, but I don't think so. There was any kind of sign like that. We could still take a look.
Yeah. Well, we'll find an event. There's got to be something going on. I do want to mention tonight was the first New Year meeting for Town of Hope Mills new commission.
Oh, nice.
So they're meeting tonight as we speak. City of Fayetteville, like I said, planning session today. They'll have a meeting next Monday. I'm not sure when the commissioners go back, but it's going to be a busy year.
I'm sad that we need to do like a remote from the Hope Mills Commission because we don't never get to go out there and see what's going on.
We can watch the video. Look, I got enough problems technically with all this crap in here. I don't know about going remote and mobile. I don't know, man. But anyway,
maybe one day we'll have that capability.
Maybe one day. Well, to everybody watching, thank you for joining us this evening. Until
thank you,
next
Bambi.
Time,
thank you, Mario. Thank you, Pamela.
Until next time, we are the
Carolina Cabinet.